Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to lean over. Can I prop you up? I just don't care right now. Good morning. I am honestly not sure if you can hear me because they're playing really loud music and there's announcements and it's not even 6 in the morning, but welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Katie and welcome to Katie Does Travel. I am a solo female backpacker in her 30s, here to show that solo travel can be fun and meaningful no matter your age. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if that's something that interests you. You can also give this video a thumbs up and follow me on my social media channels here on the screen to follow my travels in real time. So I'm currently sitting in the Guatemala City airport and I am headed today to Quito, Ecuador. So this will be country number, I believe, 33 for me. But I do have a layover in Panama City, and I was in Panama last year, but it's like a 5-hour layover. So it is pretty long. I'm a little annoyed though, because when I booked this flight, there was like a 7 a.m., which is the one I'm on, to Panama City. And then the next one wasn't until 1, but on other days there was like a 10:30 a.m. flight, which would still get that same connecting flight in Panama City. Therefore, it just would be a shorter layover. It'd be like a 2-hour layover versus 5. But when I booked it, when I looked on like the official Copa website, it wasn't listed. But then I'm looking at the boards, and it's listed like the 10:26 or whatever flight to Panama City is listed. So I'm not sure if that's just a mistake or if that flight actually does exist or if it was added after to the schedule after I booked my flight. But I booked my flight like 2 weeks ago, maybe even less than that. So yeah, not quite sure. I'm a little annoyed by that because I could have A, not had as long of a layover, and B, I could have slept in a bit because I was been up since 4. And it's gonna be a very long day because I'm not gonna get into Quito until like 5:30 local time, which is 4:30 time here right now because I'm an hour behind. I am excited to go to Quito. I have no idea what I'm gonna do actually. I haven't really planned that far out. I think today is actually, and tomorrow and Tuesday is Carnival. So we'll see if I'm able to do anything with that, if it's really celebrated in Quito. I know there are things, I'm just not sure how big it is there. But we'll see. And yeah, I just need some proper sleep because the past few days I've definitely gotten up very early for flights and these other things, so I just need some time to sleep. So anyway, welcome to the channel and I'll take you along. Not sure how much I'll record in airports though if the music's this loud, but yeah, so let's head to Quito, but first let's make a stop in Panama City. So I'm here at the Panama City airport. I have a long layover, it's like 5 hours or whatever. I have pretty limited internet because they only give you an hour free. So I'm trying to do as much work as I possibly can. And the clock is ticking, so that's why I'm not looking at you. But anyway, flight was pretty straightforward, about 2 hours. I'm in about another 2-hour flight. And then, so yeah, another 2-hour flight and then I'll be in Quito. So anyways, that's the update. I'm gonna work while I still have free Wi-Fi and I will check in with you all later. Good afternoon. So it is 1:01 in here in Quito. I've been up for many hours. Essentially today my plan is to, and I've kind of started this, but the plan was to start the morning by running some errands. I needed to find an ATM. The first one I went to, which is what the hostel told me to go to, wasn't in service.
So then I was trying to get to another ATM, but it's Carnival here, and there was a big parade, and I could not cross the street. But I just like stand and watch Carnival for just a little bit, like the parade. I didn't want to get too close though, because I have these like foam cannons, and I did not want to get foamed. And people were pretty respectful. Like if they saw you standing back, they weren't going to do anything. So, but yeah, then I was just like continuing to search for ATMs. And then I had this problem yesterday in the Panama City airport where I kept getting like denied for my bank. Like, and I know I had enough money in there. I use a Charles Schwab account when I'm abroad, and I just transfer money in and out of there when I'm traveling. Sorry if I sound out of breath. I'm still gonna use the altitude. But anyway, so yeah, and finally, like after like, I don't know, like literally probably like the 10th time I've been denied, I just called Charles Schwab with the Skype app, which rest in peace Skype, by the time this goes up, it's probably gonna be gone. So I have to find another way to call US numbers when I'm abroad. And the guy's like, yeah, no, it's not blocked, but we see a lot of denied transactions. So I happened to be near a bank where I was able to withdraw using the very limited Spanish I knew, because it didn't, usually ATMs, like they'll let you pick English, but none of the ATMs here do. So, but yeah, I was able to get 100 out. So I'm going to try to get more out later today or tomorrow, but at least I have some cash. Anyway, so yeah, finally got money. It took me like an hour of just walking around trying to find a freaking ATM that would work. And then got some groceries, and now I'm back here. I just had a work call. At 2:30, I'm doing a walking tour. I might be the only one on it. We'll see. Yeah, and then tonight is a movie night here at the hostel, so I think they're playing Wicked. So we'll see. I might watch a little bit of it. But yeah, still kind of tired. I did sleep for like 8 or 9 hours, but I think I just need another few nights of solid sleep. So anyway, welcome to Quito. I'm excited to show you more. Sorry, I just didn't show you this morning. I was just a little bit of a chaotic morning, but yeah. So I am going to go work for a little bit before this tour, and I'll check in with you all later.
I signed up for one of those free walking tours through the city, and it was through my hostel. Luckily, a couple other people showed up, so I was not alone. But the tour mainly consisted of going around the historic city center just to see some of the sights and to take a look at the market, try some local fruits and vegetables and all that. So it was pretty cool. I believe the route was a little bit modified due to Carnival, but we still got a good taste of the city for sure. And it was really cool just to see everything and to learn a little bit more about the history of Quito and the surrounding area. I will say we did get caught with some of the Carnival stuff, and it was a bit more intense than I was anticipating. Actually, someone came behind me and another girl and put like this paint or like cornstarch mixture all over our face. I definitely tried to play it off, but I will say it kind of freaked me out. To have someone come from behind you is a little creepy, even in good fun. But now that it's been a while, like I'm fine and I can view it as a memory of the time. But it was definitely rough during the actual moment. But overall, I really enjoyed the tour. I would recommend it. And yeah, I'm glad I was able to go out and check out the city for a few hours.
Hello, it is Tuesday. Here in Quito, it is like 1:30, 1:22. Okay, I feel like I just feel like every vlog lately, and this goes all the way back to my Europe trip. Sorry if you can hear noise. I literally have no way of making it stop. It's just from outside. But anyway, going back to my Europe vlogs, I have just not been in a good mood. I mean, obviously I've had like good times in between, but I feel like for some reason solo travel has just not been gelling with me lately, and I'm sure it's a me problem, but I just don't know 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure like what it is. So anyway, I'm very tired right now, but today I think last night I said I was going to watch the Wicked movie upstairs, but I wonder if I could sit down. We'll just do this. We'll kneel. But yeah, I think I said I was gonna watch the Wicked movie, but yesterday I did the walking tour, and if you don't know, right now it's Carnival in Ecuador and just like other Latin American countries and South American countries and all that. And it's fun, but I feel like people are gonna say I'm dramatic, but I had something happen yesterday that it's still kind of affecting me. And I won't get too much in the details like of why, but maybe some people could read between the lines. But essentially I was on this walking tour, and we went into like the main so anyway, we went into the main square, kind of like the central area, and everyone, the big thing here are the foam cannons, and instead of like water balloons or whatever like in some other places. And it just seems like it doesn't matter if you don't want them or not, like people are going to target you, which is fun in games, but if they go like more like center of mass, like that's fine. But they were intentionally targeting our faces, like our group's faces, and they were doing other people too, but these were like mostly teenage boys. And again, I know it's like fun for them and it's part of the culture, but yeah, that kind of sucked. It gets in your eyes, especially when you wear contacts. It gets kind of stuck in your eye, and then it burns. And the best way I can describe these foam cannons is that they're like, if you ever go through a car wash, that like smell. Yeah, that's what it essentially smells like and what it is. And I'm like getting like so like nauseous now, just because my jacket, which I did try to wash, but it still smells like it. And every time I walk by that jacket, I'm like, ugh. But anyway, so that wasn't like really what triggered me. I was like, okay, whatever, this is really annoying, but I can deal with it. But then all of a sudden this person, I had to guess maybe like 18, 19, 20, I would say old enough to know, but came behind me and the other woman in the group from behind and like put his hand all across her face, and he put like, I don't know if it's cornstarch in like some sort of coloring or if it's flour or whatever, but basically it's like a covering. And again, like I know that's like something they do, but for me personally, it just immediately triggered me, just based off of some past stuff I thought I was getting a pretty good grip on. It just like immediately sent me back to that like place, and honestly, like I'm still like in that headspace. I had like a nightmare last night, like I barely like slept, and yeah, so yeah. And I just don't like people in general like touching my face, and for that to happen so suddenly, it was just to me it was very scary, because it was very triggering for me due to like a past event. And I know people are going to say I'm being dramatic, it's part of the culture, I get it, I truly do get it, but I could have done without that. So anyway, today is the last day of Carnival, but But I'm like terrified to like even walk around because people have like the foam cannons, and I just don't like, I can't deal with that smell anymore. Because like also we had cleaned off finally like at the end of the tour, and then as we were walking back to the hostel, like these teenage boys just came up to us and like once again like put it right in our faces. Like, yeah. So anyway, that has been, I'm just like really stressed out about that, and just like in general, I feel like I've just been go since I've been here in really the past like few weeks, and I'm just like, whoa, like I just need quiet. Like I can't find quiet. So yeah, and then so it's this morning I went for a run, which went well, all things considered. I actually ended up taking an Uber to and from a park further out of the city, just because I felt like I was gonna be safer in terms of the foam cannons. And the run went okay, all things considered, being at over 9,000 feet. And then I was supposed to drop off my drone to get fixed, because that's what the people told me, is that they'd be open today. And I got there and they weren't open. No one would answer the door or anything. So anyway, if you've listened to this ramble for the past 8.5 minutes, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to just get into a better headspace with these vlogs. And I feel like I'm disappointing the small but few, viewers I have. But yeah, I'm struggling on this trip. I was struggling off and on in Europe, and maybe this is just like, maybe I just shouldn't be solo traveling anymore. Like, I don't want to throw in the towel, but it's like, I just don't seem to be enjoying it as much. So anyway, in about an hour, I'm going to go do something, so I'll at least have something to show. I don't know how tomorrow's gonna pan out, because now I'll have to do the drone thing again. And hopefully they're open this time. Yeah. So anyway, I'll catch you all later.
I knew that since I was in Quito, and it's basically right there on the equator, not basically, it is on the equator, I definitely wanted to check out and be as close as I possibly could to the actual equator border. So if you don't know, Ecuador, the name Ecuador comes from equator, kind of like center. And we went to this museum of sorts. It's a little bit outside of the actual city center, but it was really cool because, while it's definitely very touristy, they have various experiments that you could do, or they would show you how like the water goes in a different direction, or your weight is just kind of different. And it was just, I don't know, kind of cool. It was kind of like a little science experiment place. So anyway, I really recommend it. Touristy for sure, but it was fun. And it was fun to kind of walk right along the equator, and your balance is thrown off. So you can see I was struggling, but not as bad as I thought. Now that I'm looking at the video again, definitely not as bad as I thought, but definitely would not pass any sort of field sobriety test for sure.
Hola. Hopefully you can hear me over the kind of machine noise, but happy Wednesday. Today I am going to do the cable car, which you can kind of see behind me. But you take the cable car all the way up. It's like a viewpoint, and then there's also a hike, but apparently the peak, you can kind of see a lot of nice things. It's also a good hike for acclimatization. So we'll see how far I end up going on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way up, because the weather isn't the best today. It is rainy season here in Ecuador, so it's very cloudy. But we'll see how I feel. The cable car is $9 round trip, and then and then you can do the hiking trail up there. I'm supposed to be meeting someone from my hostel here. We'll see. Problem is, like, she wasn't ready. Like, I had to go drop off my drone this morning to get fixed, and they were running late. Like, they didn't open till 10, even though it says 9:30. And then
I still hadn't heard from her, and now I don't really have cell service up here, so I figure maybe I'll wait until like 11:15, and if I don't hear from her, I think I'm just gonna go. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm just kind of looking for her, but we will see. But otherwise, hopefully this will be a good day. I need a good day. It's been a little frustrating to start with the drone stuff, but hopefully this day can turn around. And yeah, so anyway, I will check in with you later. So luckily, the girl from my hostel actually met me at the top. We just happened to run into each other, which was really good because I was really feeling bad, but I waited for a long time for her. But anyway, we take the cable car up, and then there is a hike you can do up there. Unfortunately, as you can tell, the weather wasn't the best, so didn't get to do the full hike, and there's really nothing to see because of the clouds and the fog and everything. But I'm so glad I went up there, got a little bit of higher altitude hiking under my belt because I definitely needed it for the days and weeks to come. Música, te traigo música, 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 música de la República. Aha! The next morning, I went to the nearby city of Mindo, which is a popular day trip from Quito, but I knew I wanted to spend a couple nights there to really soak it in. But it's definitely a nice reprieve from the altitude in Quito. Hello from Mindo, Ecuador. So I took the bus this morning from Quito here to Mindo just for a few days. So, hello doggies. Just for a couple days, just to explore this area. It's definitely lower. It's like 4,000 feet versus the like 9,300 of Quito. So it's a nice little break from the altitude, but there's a lot of like outdoor stuff you can do here. You can like go rafting, zip lining, and all this stuff. Today it is like almost 1 o'clock. We got on the 9 a.m. bus here. Got here about got to the hostel about noon-ish. Cinnamon House, which is right there. But yeah, so today I'm gonna go to some like little like walking, hiking trails for a bit, and then if I have time and if the weather holds up, I might go to hummingbirds to like feed them. Otherwise, I will do that tomorrow morning. And then I have a couple of other things going to do tomorrow, like the cable car, hopefully. And if I have time, like the butterfly house. So just going to kind of have like a leisurely time here. Definitely have had kind of an up and down time in Quito. So I just need a relaxing time and also just to do some work. So yeah, so excited to take you along. But right now we're going to head to, I think what's called the Yellow House. It's like a hotel or homestay or whatever, but they have walking trails. I believe it says $6 on Google, so you can like go on the walking trails and just see what's around. So anyway, just me and my day bag. This is the only bag I brought in my crossbody, but I've unpacked this, so let's go check out some nature. The Yellow House Trail is a series of trails, and it's really, really cool, and I definitely recommend it in Mindo. So it's not that expensive. I think I paid like $5 for entry, and you get a map and everything, and then you can hike up one of the many different hiking trails in the area. It is private property, but you know, obviously it's open for the public. You just, like I said, have to pay. But I really enjoyed my hike here, except for the fact that when I tried to get my drone back up, my drone still wasn't working after getting it fixed. So that was a little frustrating. I do end up getting the drone actually fixed, thank goodness, when I returned back to Quito. But no drone shots, unfortunately, which is kind of sad because I really think it would have given more clarity and more just a better view of the area. But still definitely recommend going and checking out these trails. It was pretty quiet when I was there, so there weren't a ton of people on the trails. But I will say wear pants or wear some good bug spray because I did neither. and it was quite miserable with the bugs. But definitely recommend it, and everyone should go if you're in Mindo and you enjoy hiking or long walks. Good morning. So it is Friday. Trying to wake up with a better attitude. So it is actually already 11, but I did wake up this morning. I let myself sleep in a little bit just because I couldn't really sleep last night initially, just because I was stressed. But then I went for a little run, and had breakfast and all that. Originally, I was gonna go to like the cable car here, which is really, really popular. But you go like through the jungle, and then you go and you can do like this waterfall hike. But it was $6 taxi each way, which is $12, and then I think it's like an additional $6 or $8 for the cable car and the waterfalls, which might not sound like a lot, but it just kind of adds up. And I feel like everything is just has a price. So I'm gonna skip it, and instead, first I'm going to go to this hummingbird cafe where you can feed hummingbirds, and then I'm going to go to this butterfly house that you can walk to. It's like a 45-minute walk, so it is still kind of far for me as I'm trying to save my legs for my hikes for the next few weeks. But it is what it is. So anyway, let's try to enjoy today. Because I know tomorrow will be stressful again because I have to deal with the drone. But we're not dealing with the drone today. Hello, doggo. Walking me out. And yeah, so let's just have a good day and enjoy our time here. Probably one of the more popular things to do here in Mindo is to go to this Hummingbird cafe. Now, when I initially arrived, there was a school group, so the owner told me to go for about a half hour or so and walk along some of their walking trails until the school group left. And thank goodness, because I came back and they were not there and it was a lot quieter. But the hiking trail or the walking paths had various little nature things to see, like turtles and fish, and it was just really calm and really nice. I enjoy the walking trails. I didn't actually know that they were there until I got there, and it was just kind of like this added bonus. But definitely the highlight is feeding the hummingbirds. And so basically you are given a little bottle cap and some sugar water, and then they'll come right up to you and eat out of the palm of your hand. Now, I do know that feeding them like this definitely gets them reliant on tourists and just kind of not natural sources of getting food, and I understand that that's probably not the best, but I'm not gonna like justify it. But it was still a really cool experience. So I'm like really torn on it, but it was just really cool to see them up close, because actually at my house here in Florida, I see hummingbirds quite frequently, but never like this close. So it was just really fun. I kind of felt like a Disney princess, but research it, see if it falls, in line with what you believe is right and all that. But yeah, I definitely spent a good amount of time here. They don't rush you out or anything. You can take as much time as you want. They will give you more food as many times as you want. I think I stayed here, honestly, for about 45 minutes to an hour just feeding them or just watching them. So yeah, definitely the highlight of my time in Mindo. I then walked about 45 minutes outside of town to the butterfly house, which was really good. I enjoyed it again. You know, you have to kind of go on what you believe is right, but you do have the opportunity to feed the butterflies there. It's various fruits, so bananas and watermelon and oranges and such. And you can't, you have to let them land on you. You can't go and pick them up or anything like that, but they will come, they will land on you. And it was just really cool to see all the different variations and species of butterflies. I was also able to see them in their cocoons and all that. So if you love butterflies, I definitely recommend checking this out. I know there's butterfly gardens around the world, but this one was probably one of my more favorite ones I've been to. Then the next day I headed back to Quito on the bus. Took about 2.5 hours, and just had a chill day. I did go out in the evening, but just didn't do anything too much to really vlog about. And then Sunday was my last full day, and I just kind of took it as another easy day, doing laundry, getting ready for the next couple weeks ahead of me because I had a lot to do. Sorry, I'm recording this on my phone. I just don't feel like getting out my big camera. It's not even big. I just don't feel like getting out my other camera. But anyway, didn't really mention, but I'm back here in Quito from Mindo. And yesterday I didn't do a ton, so I had to go back to the drone shop. They were able to fix it again. Like one of the wires just came disconnected, so hopefully that's it with this drone. It's all good now. And then I went grocery shopping, and then I went out for some drinks. Like I went up to the roof, sat with some people for like an hour or so. And then a few of us went to Secret Garden. We were going to do the party bus, but it wasn't running, which was honestly fine because like it starts at 11 and yeah. So it was like me and like a couple from London or that area. We went to like across the street to like kind of like the salsa bar thing. It was fun. Got back here around 1:30, maybe a little bit before then. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm glad the party bus didn't happen, because the club didn't close until like 3. So anyway, and it was like more in like the central part of Quito, not like the central historical center, but like the center of Quito. So anyway, today I was going to go and do a little bit of exploring, but I don't feel like it. I don't know, like I had higher hopes for Quito, but it just didn't work out that way, and that's okay. You know, I had stuff going on with the drone. I had some personal stuff going on. And just tired, and like I do have an action-packed like next couple weeks with Cotopaxi and the Quito Loop, and then I go to Banos, all back to back. So it's definitely going to be a busy few weeks. Also just feel like maybe my focus, my shift for this trip is kind of changing. I think I kind of always enter a trip like wanting to meet people and do things with people and such, but I don't know. I'm not really, other than like last night, actually, the couple was really lovely, and fun and nice. But I just haven't really been connecting too much with people. And I had the same problem last year in Panama and in Costa Rica. So I don't know if it's just like more just this kind of like area of the world or whatever, because I don't speak Spanish that well, but I'm not sure. It's definitely a me problem. But yeah, so I'm kind of thinking like this trip is just going to be more of a introspective, like if I meet people, great, but I guess it's just kind of, and like I'm still open to meet people, but I think I need to start tempering my expectations a bit more. Sorry, I didn't really do a ton here in Quito. I know this vlog kind of fell flat, but I have Cotopaxi, Quito Loop, and then Banos, and then Cuenca. So I still definitely have a lot of Ecuador to share, and I'm hoping those are really good trips because I need it. There'll be a lot of hiking, I will say. Tomorrow I go to the Cotopaxi region, so I'll take you along there. But thank you. I think I'm gonna just wrap this up. Maybe I'll pop in a few
videos, or maybe I'll just overlay it over this. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. You can also follow my social media channels that are here on the screen to follow my travels in real time. But then I will catch you all as I start heading towards Cotopaxi tomorrow in my real timeline. So anyway, as always, remember to wander far and wander often, and I'll catch you next time.